Hey there, Amanda Walsh here, and I am a health and fitness coach partnered with Beachbody. I've been a coach for about 2.5 years. I'm a two-star diamond coach, the creator of Amanda Lynn Fit and the Fit Warriors team, and I absolutely love what I do every single day, helping people to live fit lives, not only physically fit, but mentally fit, emotionally fit, spiritually fit, and financially fit. So one of the things that is very important as a coach is following up with people. So one of our vital behaviors as a coach is invite, right? Well, you can't just invite people once because many times they're not even sure what you're talking about. So you want to invite them and follow up with them as much as possible. So sometimes it's like, I don't know, why should I invite or follow up? What do I say? When do I do it? All of those things. So I'm going to go through each of those with you. So the first is why. Well, basically the reason you need to follow up with people is because you probably know that you forget about messages all the time, right? Someone messages you and you realize a week later you never responded. I know I do it all the time. People sometimes forget because it might not be their highest priority right now because they're not even sure even what you're talking about when you invite them to a challenge group. So it's okay to follow up with them. It's not a bad thing. It's your business. You're following up, okay? So one reason that, sometimes why you need to follow up is because they just forget to respond. Or they hesitate because they're not sure of your motive yet, right? So a follow-up is just to remind them, to show them that you are legitimate, that you are a professional, that this is a business for you. It's not just something, right? And that you're serious about helping them. They're not just another number on your list, right? You really want to help these people. So following up is just because you really have it in your heart that you want to help them live happier and healthier lives, right? So that's the why. That's why you want to follow up. So what? Well, what kind of system do you need? So how do you know when you're supposed to follow up, right? Well, you need to have an organized system. I recently started using Teamzy, which is awesome. Check out Teamzy, TEAMZY.com. It has helped me organize all of my contacts, my customers, my coaches. I can set when I want to follow up with them, and then it tells me when I need to do it. So it's awesome. So you need to find an organized system. It might just be a calendar. It might be a notebook that you take notes. It might be a Google Drive spreadsheet. It might be another spreadsheet. Find a system that works for you to know when you're going to follow up with people, right? So who are you going to follow up with? You're going to follow up with anyone you had a genuine conversation with. And it doesn't always have to be about business. It doesn't always have to be about, after you invite them. But if you had a genuine conversation with somebody and they just struggled with their dog passing away, follow up with them. See how they're doing, in a couple days or a week later. Follow up with people and be genuine because you truly care about their friendship and the relationship that you have or the relationship that you're building with them. That will really go a long way if it's not just always about business, but following up in any conversation that you're having with that person. So when do you follow up? Typically, the rule, there's not a rule. Some conversations go faster than others, right? So sometimes I'm chatting with somebody all night and I don't need to, we get to close the sale per se in one night. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes, conversation stops somehow and I need to follow up either the next day, 2 days later, and then after that one, if I don't hear back, then maybe 2 more days later. And after that one, if I don't hear back, I'll try a third time, maybe a couple more days later, right? But you've got to find a system that works for you. So how many days? Maybe every other day. You're following up, right? So now it's like, well, how do I follow up? What do I say? Well, after the first follow-up, so right, you've invited them or you've sent them a message and you haven't heard back. So now you're following up with them. You just say, hey, Jen, hi, John. I wanted to follow up with our conversation yesterday or with what I sent you yesterday. Just wanted to, reach out and make sure that you didn't forget or, just kind of remind you that I'm here to help you if you need anything, right? So that's your first one. Just in case they forgot, then you're going to pop into their mind again, right? If you don't hear back from them then maybe you send a second follow-up that says something, hey, John, I haven't heard back from you. And that's okay. You must be really busy. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm here if you need anything. Maybe give them, if there's a deadline of a group coming up, you can give them a deadline there. And then the third one really is like, hey, I'm just reaching out one final time. I really want to help you, but you must be really busy, and I totally get that. So, I totally understand if you're busy and, this is not a good time for you, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you whenever you're ready. I run groups every month. You can say something along those lines. So I always say something like, I start a new group at the first Monday of every month. So if next month works better for you, I can follow up then. But after 3 follow-ups, you really just kind of got to let it go and not message them again. But find a system that works for you to help you know when to follow up with somebody. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out at amandalynnfit@gmail.com. Thanks. Talk to you soon.